Well, good afternoon to everybody. Father Matthew here for another parish update as we enter into this first full week of Lent. Some of this might be repetitive, but I know that sometimes repeating information for people is always good. So just wanted to kind of provide an update of what's going on here in Immaculate Conception so that you are well informed and can participate. And I encourage you to share this with others. So let's take a look at what we'll be talking about in our update for today. Again, I'd like to go through our Lenten parish schedule as some things have changed, and I know it takes a little time for people to get used to it. Talk about reconciliation, our upcoming Lenten mission series, which begins this week. Our first Friday at the Mission of the Sacred Heart, maybe for those who are out towards the Walker, towards the Livingston area, remind you about that. That Manage You program, our Parish School Religion. I know I've kind of dotted a few more things in there as well. So as always, just to remind people that we do have things available always on our church website. And so I wanted to kind of first focus on there. So if you go over to our church's website, and then you click you can do icc-msh.org/Lent, that you have a chance to find a lot of information on what's going on here. Kind of different programs, the Lenten mailing materials, Stations of the Cross. Here's, again, if maybe you've misplaced your mail out that you received, here's a complete list of all the different talks of coming up and where they're occurring. Also, too, as I'm started recording a daily Decade of the Rosary again, so you can click on there to listen. Information about upcoming Lenten suppers. And so this is at least a good bit of information for you of what's coming on and going on here at Immaculate Conception during Lent. All right, so let's talk about just a change in schedule, especially when it comes to Mass. To remind everybody that now, every day of the week, Monday through Friday, except for Wednesday, we have 2 daily Masses. So Monday, 8:30 and 6 p.m. Tuesday, 12 noon. Today was the first 12 noon Mass at 6 p.m. Wednesday's just still at 8:30. Thursdays, 8:30 and 6. And Fridays, 8:30 and 6, followed by the Stations of the Cross. We'll talk about that in a moment. Also, note, too, is that reconciliation now is offered 30 minutes before every daily Mass. So you're looking at already an opportunity there of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times available for confession, plus Wednesday evening from 6 to 7:30, that's 10. Then you add Saturdays, that's 11. 11 different opportunities throughout the week to go to Sacrament of Reconciliation. So just note that change of what we're trying to add it here during Lent, as both for Masses and reconciliation. So let's talk about reconciliation. There's no need to wait to go. And let me talk about that for a second, because I had that question asked to me the other day. Someone was asking, I think I'm planning on waiting to go to Divine Mercy Sunday. Aren't there more graces to receive? There's been different promises made for that. And you'll see out through the history of the Church, especially when new devotions come, how they center around the Sacrament of Reconciliation. This was to encourage people to go because they were not going. And so some people wait, I'm going to wait till First Friday. I'm going to wait till First Saturday. I'm going to wait to the very beginning of Lent or the very last day of Lent or once we get to Easter. I was talking with Father Taylor about this earlier. Our encouragement is when the Spirit has placed it on your heart to go, then go. Don't wait. Don't wait for special days or those type of things. Maybe you're doing a consecration, and that's a little bit different. But if you haven't been in a while, now is the time to go. And as I said, all my Masses this past weekend, the longer you wait, the longer your penance is the longer that you're going to wait in line. So hopefully by adding the times before the daily Masses, we'll cut down on Wednesday nights to make those lines a little bit more manageable. But just encourage. There is no need to wait to go. If you're called, go now. If you need resources, I put a link to our diocesan website, diobr.org/reconciliation. And they have a lot of different examination of consciences on there. So that may be a great resource to you. And we're going to try to build some more to put on our church website. As also, we've now put some resources next to the confessional as well. So when you go up, at least you'll have something to use if you have to wait in line, something to go through. And then finally, with confession or the Sacrament of Reconciliation, remember, it's not a memory test. If you need to write things down because you're nervous or you know you're going to forget, and it happens to me too when walking in, like, man, I had some ideas. So don't be afraid to write them down or put them on your phone. Just encourage after that. Destroy it. reminds us that when we confess it, our Lord forgets. And so that's the same way for us is to, all right, I've turned this over to the Lord. May I trust in his mercy. So don't wait to go to confession. Next up, besides talking about reconciliation, so that's, this coming week, we have our very first Lenten mission series talk. And that'll be this coming Thursday, March 2nd at 7 p.m. It will be done by Dina Dow, the Director of Evangelization Catechesis for our diocese. This is for all women in our parish, but also, I encourage you, invite a friend. They may be a neighboring parish. They might even be Catholic, or they may have fallen away. And so she's encouraging everyone. She's going to be talking about entering into prayer with our busy lives and focusing on fun and silence. As you know, we're kind of focusing that this Lent. And she encourages, please, to bring your Bibles with you. As I said this past weekend, wherever we heard that one beforehand. All right. So let's talk about then also this coming week. We have First Friday Adoration over at the Mission of the Sacred Heart in Livingston. So there'll be adoration it'll be different. Note this time change from 12 to 6:45. So that's getting close to 7 hours of adoration over at the Mission Chapel. Father Taylor will be out there to offer the confession starting at 6 p.m. And then they will be praying the Stations of the Cross at 7 p.m. So just note that a little bit change for First Friday Adoration over the Mission of the Sacred Heart for those out that way. Also, let's talk about Stations of the Cross. A reminder that the Stations of the Cross are prayed every Friday here during Lent. There's 4 different opportunities. 9 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. in the church. So basically after the 8:30 a.m. Mass and the 6 p.m. Mass on Friday in the church. They offer it it's around 7 o'clock, stations in Spanish. And then note throughout this season of Lent, we have now added this year, they will have the Station of the Cross at 7 p.m. at the Mission of the Sacred Heart. So many opportunities to go to pray the stations. Or if you find yourself around campus and you can't go during those times, remind ourselves about the prayer garden that's in front of the rectory next to the parking lot. That is always open. I'm going to try and see if next week I can post some photos out there and also more resources. So there's another way for you to go pray the Station of the Cross outside on your own. Maybe bring your kids, bring your family, walk them slowly. A wonderful opportunity to pray this wonderful devotion during the Lenten season. Also, this Friday is the next part of our Lenten Parish Suppers. They are from 5 to 7:30. Cost at $10 per ticket. Note for this year, it's both you can do pickup in front of the Early Learning Center like last year, or you can choose to dine in this year. This coming Friday, it will be a crawfish fettuccine with salad, bread, and dessert. And this is sponsored by our Parish School of Religion and our youth ministry team. So this is going to be plugging money back into our religious education programs for our youth, as well as building on our youth ministry program. That's something we're trying to grow here at Immaculate Conception. And the next week will be a shrimp Alfredo sponsored by our RCI team. All right, so that's the Friday stuff. Let's move to this coming Saturday. First up, just a reminder that every Saturday morning at 7 a.m., there is a group called That Man Is You for the men in our parish. They're doing a special program during Lent, a virtual tour of the Holy Land based on the sorrowful mysteries. So this gives you a chance to visually put together, as you pray the sorrowful mysteries, what it looked like. Where did Jesus travel to? So to all the men, again, reminder, Saturday morning, 7 a.m., they do have breakfast food available. So it's a wonderful way for you to dive into the Lenten season, pray the rosary, and to be also with some of the men in our parish. Also note that this coming Saturday is First Saturday. So we'll have our first Saturday Mass with confession starting at 7:30 a.m. and Mass at 8. Another time for confessions. So plenty of opportunities for that. So just a reminder for this coming week, the first Saturday Mass. Then finally, a reminder to everybody about our Parish School of Religion. Classes will resume. Did resume yesterday, this past week. Note that registration has started. So to all the kids who attended class yesterday and those who will be attending tomorrow, registration information will be sent out. Also, they are emailing out paperwork to all those who are homeschooled. If you need more information, go to the website there, or you can call our Faith Formation Center office at 665-5926. So just a reminder about our Parish School of Religion and those things starting. All right. I think that's everything that's kind of going on this week. So a lot going on around here at Immaculate Conception. So hopefully this is helpful to remind you of things that have kind of changed for Mass schedule and reconciliations, but also things that are coming up, hopefully to meet some of the needs of for each of you, especially during this Lenten season. Hope this has been helpful for you. If you have any feedback, please let me know. And thank you for all that you do for Immaculate Conception. Please pray for me, Father Taylor, and the staff here, and know of our prayers for you. And I hope to see you at one of our Masses or programs coming up. Until the next time, take care, and God bless.